Hello, every pony artist, Anna here. Link to my Divinian art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures from Google that is not mine, so please give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. And also warning, it's going to contain my personally opinion about something in My Little Pony, so if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So I have been wondering a long time why people are freaking out about Flurry Heart or when she was born because she was the firstborn alicorn and stuff like that. And I understand why people were freaking out, but in normal life, right? We have horses that give birth to one foal at a time, and it's normal for horses only to get one child normally. I know that it's possible for horses to get twins, but it's actually very rare occasion. Now myself, I have been living, on a farm when I was small or near a farm, and I never remember seeing a horse giving birth to twins. I have seen a horse giving birth to one foal, and I have also seen the complications that can come with, horse birth. Actually, we one time had a horse, chained, the foal chained to a tractor, and the tractor had to pull the foal out of the mom and stuff like that, and it's not a pretty sight, but both the mom horse and the foal was fine afterwards, so I guess everything was fine. Nowadays, I don't think that we do that no more. Actually, I do believe that they still, take some sort of rope or stuff like that if it's necessary and try to pull the foal out. But I know that the method I just told you guys about is a little bit extreme. But I was also thinking about, Flurry Heart is born with wings and horn, and people are like, oh, that must have hurt on Candens when she have given birth to Flurry Heart. But as I see it, when Twilight comes and sees Flurry Heart, she's tucked into this small, I'll not call it a pajamas, but this small, piece of, how to say that. I'll show a picture of it here. She's in the bed and she's tucked into a blanket or something. And I actually feel like that is how she was in the stomach also, if you can get my drift. Because almost all ponies in real life, or how to say that, are born in this cocoon-ish stuff. I know that some humans also are born in this, honorary coat, we call it like that, but I do believe that all horses are born into this cocoon of from the mom and stuff like that. I don't know what exactly it's made of, but I know that it's something to uphold the baby, and where the stuff can protect the baby inside the stomach of the mom, or how to say that. And I do believe this, cocoon, or how to say that, is made out of magic. So one of the reasons why I don't feel like it was a problem for, Candens to give birth to Flurry Heart was, one, that she had this magical barrier inside her stomach, so she was tucked into that magical barrier, or how to say that. So when she was born, I don't feel like there was any trouble. I actually just feel like afterwards she was like, oh, she has wings and she has horn. She's a true-born alicorn, and I also believe that has something to do with magic and stuff like that. But then we come to the cake twins, and that was why I was saying into the start that it's very rare for horses in real life to give birth to twins. Nobody freaked out when, the cakes got twins, and I was like, well, this is a rare occasion. It's not something you see every day, not even in real life. So I'm guessing it was like very surprising, and also the way Mr. Cake is explaining how, one of them is a Pegasi and one of them is a unicorn. And imagine both of these, small ponies had to be in the mom's stomach, Mrs. Cake's stomach. So I do believe that there will be more complications with her birth than if Candens, she only had one child, but Mrs. Cake had two. And if it's true what I'm thinking about, that they have this magical bubble that they are in when they're in the stomach before they get born, or how to say that, this, magical stuff that wraps them around, it actually makes quite a lot of sense that the twins were in one, magic barrier, or how to say that, and that, split apart, and then Mrs. Cake gave birth to it. So if it was only one child, I actually believe it could have been an alicorn. But I also believe that it has something to do with the magic that Mr. and Mrs. Cake have in their families. Now, we don't know anything about, Mrs. Cake's mother, grandmother, father, or grandfather, and nothing about Mr. Cake's family either. And I actually feel like it's almost like I have the theory about Flurry Heart being, Starswirld the Bearded's great-granddaughter. I do believe that the Cake twins had a grandfather or grandmother that was a Pegasi or a unicorn, or maybe even a alicorn, who is to say, I don't know. But I actually do believe that the magic that they passed down into the generations also is like giving them a higher chance to get birth to twins. And it should be something in either Mr. Cake's family or Mrs. Cake's family that they give birth to twins. And also look at the coat color of the Cake twins and Mr. and Mrs. Cake. I don't see any resemblance to Mrs. Cake, but to Mr. Cake we see that both of the Cake twins are a bit yellowish. We see that the eye color is brown and blue, and the orange hair color is definitely also from the father. But we don't see a lot of resemblance to the mother, and here we can only see that maybe into the future they will get the cutie marks that actually represents their grandfather's stuff, or it's something that in the lines looks something in when the Mrs. Cake's family or something in those lines. I actually feel like the cutie marks is something that are going into family trait, or how to say that, instead of the coat color, eye color, and stuff like that. And also the magic, I do believe that both cutie marks and magic is something that you inherit from your family, your father, mother, great granddad, and so on. So that would explain, the Cake twins, and it could also explain Flurry Heart. I don't believe that there were any complications with Flurry Heart's birth. And also, if you see a birth of a horse in real life, it's not 9 months. It's actually a little bit less. I don't know with how much, but you can go and look it up yourself. I don't know how long it is, but it's I feel like we're, you know, putting a lot of human stuff onto the ponies, even though that they're actually live ponies. So yeah. But that is actually all that I have to say today. I do believe that the magic is something that helps giving birth to, you know, the small ponies, and also it's the magic that decides what kind of pony they are. So earth pony, unicorn, pegasi, or actually alicorn. But let me know in the comments down below what you feel like. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.